Good morning all. Well, I've been doing a few videos on tumbling, how to load tumblers and stuff, but I think I want to do one on maintenance. And I've seen a lot of tumblers around and stuff, and I'm not putting anybody down or anything, but maintenance, preventive maintenance will keep the tumblers going for a long time. Like I said, I have my dad's tumbler. He bought that in the mid-70s, and I still got it, and I'm still running it. And it's one of these little Ortons. And this one here is a Model 3A. It's a little 3-pounder. I'm going to show you just a little proper maintenance on it. Just things to check out, make sure it runs continuously, and always order extra parts. Parts are reasonably priced. Just store them away, but you got your barrel. And then this is all flipped around for storage, but you got this rubber cap. Make sure you check this rubber cap, because it'll get holes in it. It warps, it gets loose, it stretches. You can always replace them. It's got an inner lid. Inside of this lid, it's flat. It's got this little knob on here for the screw set. Make sure that's always straight. And pull this rubber off of there once in a while. Make sure there's no material that gets under there to contaminate your tumbling. Rarely does anything happen to them except for the rubber pieces. Then you got your base here. And when I store these in the wintertime and the spring, well, in the wintertime I do maintenance on them, but in the spring I'll plug them in again and make sure nothing's seized up. And then you got your screw there, and you got 2 screws here, you got 1 screw there. They're right there already. Phillips head. Take your cover off. That exposes your main mechanics to your tumbler. You got your rollers. They're on plastic bushings. Got to make sure them bushings are always clean. They just pop right out, pop right back in on the sleeves here. Just check, make sure there's no dirty oil and stuff inside. Just take a cotton cloth, clean out the inner bearings, and then put it back in on the bushings. And this one here, same idea, same concept, but you got set screws here. And take your Allen wrench, loosen it out, take your belt off. Belts are easy to come off, self-explanatory. Pop it off, clean your bushings out, slide it back on, put your bushings on, set this. You just got to make sure it's straight with the fan blade turn over here with your belt. Make sure your belts are always not loose and not tight. They'll be just about right. You'll know when you put a barrel on, because if it's too tight it won't spin, if it's too loose it won't spin. And then you got your motor. Motor's only set with 3 screws here. Easily pops out. You can take your fan and stuff off. You got your 2 wiring. You got your positive and your negative. Pretty easy maintenance, basic. But get to know your machine. Just don't get to know that you know how to tumble. I've seen a lot of people that are pretty good at tumbling, but they don't know their machine. So as far as I'm concerned, they don't know their tumbling. Just like a car, when something goes wrong, you can hear by the sound of it that a certain item is going wrong with it, and you get it changed out and get it on the road again. Don't have people come in and do it for you. That's not the right way to do it. Save money, have extra parts on hand all the time. Parts are reasonable. And that's basically it for these machines. And most of your rotary tumblers, they're basically the same thing. They operate on the same principles. This one here I just got done cleaning up. I'm going to store them away for the winter. Really like to have my stuff clean. And that's basically about it on here. And people that are starting to get into tumbling, you're buying your new machines and stuff, which is good. But I guess I rarely buy a new machine. I might buy 1 or 2, but after you get the mechanics and stuff down, go out and buy a used one, overhaul it. And you'll be glad you did. Especially if you're mechanically inclined. They're kind of fun to do, they're easy to do, parts are cheap. So I'll be putting this on YouTube, and then I'm going to do another video on grits. I always tell you what grits to use, but I don't show you what the grits are. And that'll be part 2. As always, thanks for looking.